Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Barnwell, John Harbaugh is a better version of the way we judge Mike Tomlin. In 2007, Mike Tomlin was named head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The following year, John Harbaugh earned the same title with the Baltimore Ravens. Each has overseen successful times during their years leading their respective franchises, and the two are now the longest-tenured head coaches in the NFL. Bill Barnwell answered questions from listeners on his show with ESPN on Wednesday. One question had to do with Harbaugh and Tomlin and who Barnwell thought was more successful. While he gave credit to Tomlin, Barnwell eventually sided with his rival. "I just think he's, Harbaugh, been a better version of the framework we have for Mike Tomlin," Barnwell said. Which is, Mike Tomlin always has a solid record, over .500 or at .500, and they do nothing in the playoffs. John Harbaugh's teams have been well over .500 and have done a little bit in the playoffs. These two coaches have a lot of respect for each other, and they've been intertwined throughout their careers. As the two stewards over arguably the most intense rivalry in the league, these guys are all we know of the Steelers-Ravens rivalry over the last 2 decades. Barnwell sides with Harbaugh, and it makes sense on the surface. Harbaugh's teams have done better in the regular season, although Tomlin has an illustrious winning season streak. However, the playoff wins are where Harbaugh supporters would give him the edge. Harbaugh only has 3 playoff wins since 2019. Still, that's 3 more than Tomlin, who's now lost his last 6. Even in their 5 playoff losses in that same time span, the Ravens have had some bad breaks. Mark Andrews dropped a pass that would have tied the game in their divisional round loss to Buffalo. In the 2023 season, a goal-line fumble from Zay Flowers in the 4th quarter helped the Chiefs escape with a win in the AFC Championship game. Those recent playoff losses were at least more competitive than the Steelers' last 2, which included being demolished by the Ravens themselves and a 2-score loss to the Bills. With all of that said, Tomlin deserves his credit. He's keeping his team in the playoff hunt every year and doing it without a quarterback. Harbaugh was lucky enough to have Lamar Jackson fall into his lap on draft day. Mike Tomlin isn't having quite the same luck. Still, Tomlin deserves some blame for not being able to find an answer at that position. It remains impressive, though, that his teams have similar results to the Ravens when Baltimore has Lamar Jackson and the Steelers have Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Mason Rudolph, or, well, you get it. In a way, these coaches are in similar yet interesting positions. Both are elite coaches in the NFL and have a Super Bowl ring to call their own. Yet, they've each failed to live up to expectations in recent years and have slowly started to feel some heat from their respective fan bases. It will be interesting to see how their rivalry continues to unfold. Aaron Rodgers' NFL future takes seismic new twist after Pittsburgh Steelers visit. Aaron Rodgers is reportedly having second thoughts about whether he wants to keep playing in the NFL. The 41-year-old quarterback has been pondering his next move after the Jets decided to move on from Rodgers after 2 miserable seasons. Rodgers has been linked with a host of teams including the Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders and Tennessee Titans. But the 41-year-old appeared to be closing in on a move to the Steelers after visiting the Pittsburgh facility to meet with Mike Tomlin's staff. It's claimed Rodgers spent 6 hours with the Steelers but, almost a week on, he has yet to sign for Pittsburgh or any other team. And now ESPN's NFL insider Adam Schefter claims that there are murmurings that Rodgers could retire after all. "I'm hearing he might not want to play," he said. When asked about the 41-year-old's potential move to Pittsburgh, he told ESPN Milwaukee, "They both need each other right now, frankly. And that's if Aaron wants to play, which I'm not convinced yet that he does. Until I hear him say, I want to play. Schefter explained, "I can tell you that people are asking that question about whether he wants to play. It's come up. People have said to me, 'Hey, are you sure he wants to play?' No, I'm not sure. I'm hearing he might not want to play. He added, we're speculating, but it shouldn't be that hard. Either you want to play for the Steelers or you don't, right? What are we waiting for? I don't see too many free agents who go visit a team for 6 hours. Think about something. What's the question? What's the issue? They want you. You don't want them? Clearly you have questions. I don't know if that's playing for that team, living in that city, playing football. There's something holding you back because they want him. The delay in Rodgers' decision appeared to irk Pittsburgh Steelers star Cam Hayward, who recently said, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple, that's the pitch. If you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin off my back. Hayward later claimed his comments were misconstrued, insisting, it would be really cool to have a guy like Aaron Rodgers. But I can't be the guy who gets it over the finish line. He's got to make those decisions for himself. I'm excited to see what happens. The Pittsburgh Steelers hosted wide receiver Terrace Marshall for a free agent visit on Tuesday, according to Aaron Wilson of KPRC2 in Houston. Marshall, a former LSU star, has bounced around a few teams early in his career. Marshall, still just 24 years old, was the second-round pick by the Carolina Panthers in the 2021 NFL Draft. He was with the Panthers through the 2023 season, but did not stick in the last year of his rookie deal. Marshall spent 2024 with the San Francisco 49ers and Las Vegas Raiders. Over his career, Marshall has just 64 receptions for 767 yards and 1 touchdown. He has not lived up to the lofty expectations that were put on him as a member of the LSU wide receiver pipeline. Standing at 6'2", 200 pounds, Marshall checks off the plus-size metrics the Steelers would like in their outside wide receivers. He ran a 4.4 40-yard dash coming out of LSU, so he has speed to win down the field, too. No signing has occurred as of now, but the Steelers could circle back and make that move at any time. The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to show heavy interest in this first-round running back. The Pittsburgh Steelers might not be that interested in most first-round running backs, but there is one they clearly have a focus on, even if it is unlikely they will land him. Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty is continuing to draw interest from the Steelers. The Steelers met with Jeanty for a formal interview at the NFL Combine, something they did for only him as a top prospect. However, Wednesday showed just how serious they are about Jeanty as a player. The Steelers sent running backs coach Eddie Faulkner to Boise, Idaho, to watch Jeanty do positional drills. Jeanty wrapped up one of the best seasons for a running back in college football history. He finished second all-time in rushing yards in a season only behind Barry Sanders and helped carry the Broncos to a college football playoff berth. His breakaway speed is something the Steelers need, as Jaylen Warren runs just a 4.55, and behind him, they have little to no certain options. The Steelers have other needs like cornerback, quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive line, but if the value is there with someone like Jeanty at a more minor need, they might take a swing on the talent. And you fan? What do you think about Ashton Jeanty's situation? Write to us in the comments.